Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to H&H Express, the Model N scale trains. Hope everybody is doing good and hope this sound is coming through, because I had my wireless, I had a problem with my wireless mics, so I needed to take the wired mic. So hope everything is okay, and please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the chat as well. Okay, I see that the Hot Dog Pilot says sound and vision is fine. Thank you for that. So yeah, I hope that everybody had a good weekend. My weekend was okay as well. Did some work in the gardens and went to the mobile home again. to work there. So because the season is going to start in a few weeks from now, and then I will be staying there as well and work on the layout there, of course. So let me see who is in the chat. Let me see the participants list. I see Anthony Dodge, the model train outsider, the Mucklin outsider. Welcome, Anthony. Glad you could make it. And I know it's a little bit time difference for you. It's 1 hour later because daylight saving time has started in the US last weekend. Here in Europe, we will change in the weekend of Easter. So that will be within a little bit less than 3 weeks. I see Andy from Hot Dog Pilot Andy. Welcome, Andy. Glad you could join. I see Dwight from the Curly Express. Welcome, Dwight. I see Clive, if I'm correct, from Newland Railway. Welcome to the chat. I see Peter Jackson from the Chilo Heat. I see Smallwood Junction. And I forgot your first name, so please post it in the chat later so that I can make a note of it. I see Tom Houston from Tom Houston Model Train. I see Mike from Trackside Mike. I saw John coming in from the CNEI. Welcome, John. Glad you could make it. And I see John Benicki coming in. Welcome, John. So let's see if that is everybody. So let me just quickly scroll down the chat. Okay, that's that, that's that. Okay, let me see. Just Tom Hughes just discovered that it works better if he puts the sound on. Well, I have no sound on, but as you may see this, I have a little bit of problem with my ears, so I can only hear here. So maybe if you shout enough, then I can hear you all. So let me see. Okay. Peter. Yeah, that's Peter Jackson. Clive is in there. Smallwood Junction. Okay, I see. Would that be Paul from Smallwood Junction? Just let me know if that is correct. Mike, let me see. Did somebody else come in? Hey, and there is Ben from the Eagle Creek Railroad. Welcome, Ben. I'm glad you could make it. Hope you're doing okay. So hope the weekend was good, and the rest of the week, hopefully that all goes well for everybody as well. So yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, welcome everybody. You may have seen the title of this stream is Working on a Layout, and you may also have seen on the thumbnail that there was a little bit of a change, but I will come into that later. So but yeah, let me know what you did this weekend so we can see if I know that Anthony went to a train show. I was in his live stream very briefly because I went to the mobile home or the caravan to work there. So I see that Andy already said weekend was great thanks to Anthony's live stream. Yeah, I know Andy that you had your live stream a little bit earlier, but unfortunately I couldn't make it that time because I was traveling. I see Dave coming in from Scott Rail. Welcome, Dave. So I hope you are a little bit awake now for the long live stream from Sunday into Monday. That was another one for, what is it, 9 hours, I believe. So, Mike went to a model railway club. Well, that's also nice. That's also nice. So, did you buy anything? And also, Anthony, did you buy anything from the railroad show where you went to? Oh, that's not good, John. Laid in bed sick last week and weekend. Only got a little bit done on the railroad. Yeah, well, I saw that in the stream from Steve Childers. You're welcome, Scott. The info on Arian, yeah. The 4-camera option is great. Now I'm looking into a cell phone that is done with OBS, so OBS Droid Cam. That's directly connected to OBS. But if you're looking at that camera over there, hope you can see it. So that camera, so this view, that is Arian. And if you're looking at this view as well, that's this camera over here. That's also with Arian. And yeah, you can control 4 cameras, and it's a free version. You can choose for the Pro version, but that's password protection. But if you're in your own Wi-Fi, then well, it's not needed. And the nice thing is, if I would like to, let me put myself back on here. So the nice thing is, if I would like to show somebody, then I take another cell phone, start the Arian app, it connects to my computer, and then I can flip it in the Arian app to the different view. So that's very nice. So let me see. So Ben spent the weekend bombarding everybody with my Amtrak NOW train. So you don't know, you do not want to know my problem I had in the weekend. Oh, it didn't go that bad, Dwight. And Tom slept most of the weekend. So let me see. Yeah, strong coffee. And Trackside Mike has a Silver Creek sub layout. Let me see. Okay, and he is also a member there. That's nice. Yeah, I figured out how to add my phone into OBS. Yeah, well, you can do it with Droid Cam. So if you download the app Droid Cam on, yeah, I don't know if you have an iPhone or Android, but with Android it's Droid Cam, and then with Droid Cam you can put it into OBS. And the new version OBS, you don't have to install a separate tool for it. It just captures it as well. Or you would need to go to Prism, and Prism has an app for the phone, for iPhone or for Android, and it's already built in Prism directly. So that's another thing what you can do. And you can combine Prism with OBS as well, because I did that in the past. So that's easy. Okay, so Dave is going to look at Ben's video for ballasting. That's nice. Hey, there we have Armand Bax. Goeiedag, Armand. Welcome. He is also from the Netherlands. And thank you for that. So he types every message. I don't know if you're doing it every message, but it was in English, and Dutch, the message what he said. Yeah, that's what I just said, droid cam. For and Dwight is reacting on Ben's train, the banana train. So let me see. Okay, you had a bad Saturday, but Sunday was better. So, well, yeah, I have a little bit of problem with my throat and my ears. So I went to the doctor and they cleaned my ears, but this one is still playing up. So, so that's why I have some in there. But, I see Anthony from Middleport Junction coming in. Welcome, Anthony. How are you doing? Oh, nice to see you. OBS Ninja with a new name built in. Yeah, that could be. And I see Mick from Mick92. Welcome, Mick. It's gonna be a little bit crowdier here. So let me see, did anybody else come in? I'm trying to catch up with the chat a little bit. So Armand had a pretty nice day. I just cut a new staging shelf. Okay. And look who's there, who is on time. That's the closet branch. It's not 5 minutes before ending of the stream. Welcome to Closet Branch, but I believe you're in the US, right? Just double checking. So let me see. Did I have everything? So Dave, I'm feeling a lot positive in the stream today. A warm and fuzzy feelings. Okay. Yeah, but did you buy or order your bridge rectifiers already and your resistors to lower the voltage for your fan at the front of the plower? Ah, okay. So Armand is living in Canada, but he is Dutch born. Okay. Okay, let me see. Ah, I see Wolfsec Scenic PW. Welcome, Wolfsec. Glad you could make it. Let me see. Did I miss anybody else? It's gonna be crowdier here. Ah, I see Mons from Monsville Railways as well. Welcome, Monsville. How is it there down under? Yeah, for you it's morning. No, morning. It's morning. It's New Zealand, right? Oh, okay. Going to speak to Armand first. He is the expert. That's in regards to the bridge rectifier. But you can, well, actually, what you can do is you can use a bridge rectifier and a capacitor for everything. Also for the lights in the coaches. When you grab your power feed from the rails with DCC, because it is a block AC which is on the rails, then you do rectify it to regular DC and then have a small electrolyte capacitor in it to put the wrinkles off. Then you can put your lights on. And the nice thing about that is that same setup with the bridge rectifier, you can use the same coach on a normal DC layout and the lights will lit only. The lights will then be a little bit dimmer when you turn the power down, but still, because of the bridge rectifier, the lights will lit and it doesn't matter if it go backwards or forwards. And that's the same with the plower fan at the front. That will always turn the same way. So it doesn't, when you go backward, it doesn't turn the other way, because the voltage on a DC goes from positive to negative when you go backward. and that fan will still, because of your bridge rectifier, will still turn the same way. So let me see, did I miss anything? Whoa! The screen, I'm back. Something happened. Oh, let me see. Okay, staying present with his folks. He has too many wrinkles. It won't help me anymore. I think I'm all catch up. Yeah, power feed on AC. Well, the bridge rectifier works on DC as well. It only uses the half of the bridge rectifier, and then when you turn the voltage so to negative, it uses the other half. But at the end of the bridge rectifier, it is still positive and negative, and it stays positive and negative. So that's the nice thing about that. Okay, no problem, Mons. Just thank you for popping in quickly, and we'll see you in the next live stream, or in a next live stream, whichever live stream there is. Because tonight, as always, RGJ Trains have their live stream, and I saw it posted as 9 p.m. UK time, so GMT, and we are still not in daylight saving. So okay, I see GWR Buckley Junction coming in. Welcome. And I see somebody say, Bernard C is in there as well. So we have Sion coming in and Bernard coming in. Welcome both. So yeah, stay safe, Monsville. Oh, that one. Well, I let the live streams that way on the right hand side of me hit by for all the streams which are in there. It's not only related to model trains, it also related to model buildings, like for example JC Bricks and Builds. He has a live stream in which guests can come in and you need to build something in there. The same with I forgot his name. Well, it will turn up shortly here on the Thursday. So that would be Dave from no, I need to look. That's Donegal Dad. From Sprue and Glue. Almost forgot it. So Dave from Sprue and Glue, he does the same. He invites people on the panel and they are building, and while you are on that panel, they are building stuff. It could be anything what you're building. So even a model kit for the train, it could be anything, as long as you do a build. And they also have other times that they are building in there. I see Jake coming in. Welcome, Jake. The Haunted Railway 1820. Welcome. So it's a big crew already. So very nice, very nice. Thank you all for joining in. So yeah, here is the overview. Oh, it's a little bit dark on that area there. Let me put the light a little bit brighter, because it's controlled by cell phone. So working light there, and let me do the other one as well. Codyville, working light there. So okay, yeah, the other ones are bright enough. So here you see a little bit of an overview of that, and I'm working on the train station. So okay, Sion is working on a few rock formations today, so along with the bank by the canal. Okay, well, I hope you're videotaping it so that we can all see it. What I'm doing here is something what I want to do here on the stream, a little bit of it, and other things I will do in the regular videos. So yeah, and you all see the layout. Let me put the layout in front. Nothing has changed there. The track plan stays as the track plan is, except of course I need to build my redo my power section, and that is something, yeah, it will take time. I need to order some extra parts. I already have parts used for the shuttle track, which is also still in progress. So and I don't want to tear down the section which I already have. I really would like to build a new section and then put the cables over so that I can do it a little bit better, so that I have more control of the trains and that I can run 2 trains and maybe, let me see, yeah, 3 trains would be workable, so that one can do in the loop. Oh, and Mick is going to put 20 point motors to fit and wire up tomorrow. Whoa, that's some work. Okay, well, see you in a bit, Sion, no problem. So let me show a little bit over about the view of the cameras. I hope the message goes away. Let me, come on. Yeah, there it goes. So we have some trains set up, and as mentioned earlier, the outside track will be the track to run. I need to change some turnouts because I switched them manually just to do some checking. Hello, Chobberton Junction. Welcome. Glad you could make it. So I hope you're doing fine. Hope you had a good weekend. So, but let me manually change the turnouts, because I did that. I wanted to check if the coaches did not hit the train station. So let me see if this works as well. So here you have the 4-camera view. You have the output of my track, and you see engine driver on the Android. If you have a iPhone, it would be V throttle or Y throttle. So let me see. Yeah, that works. So let me, maybe I can do it here as well. And I'll bring it up. Yeah, so you can see that I have the mouse. So I can, this is an Android phone, and I'm mirroring the screen to my layout. So let me see. So let me check on the power. Come on. Oh. So the power is on, and this is the power for the DCC EX the DCC EX control station. Let's simply see, what is it? I only realized what you meant by sun with that. Did I miss anything? I don't know. Hey, Pete from Delft Junction is in there as well. Welcome, Pete. Okay, so Hatton's is being sold to Rails. And Hornby has have bought Corgi. Okay. Okay, so but let me go back to the engine driver. I select a train, so this is to control my DCC controller, and the DCC controller sends a signal to my power section, and the power section converts that to DC on the track, on each individual track. So, and I will do another video of it to explain how it works. I know that I have a video on my channel which shows how it works, but I would like to redo that and show it for the whole track, because the video in which I say that I'm able to control my train with engine driver, my DC train, it was only on one track. And as you can see on my layout, it is multiple tracks, a lot of sections. I have some, 35 power sections in total, if I count Kevin's yard with it as well. So these are all individually controlled. So, but let me select the train, and this is your default roster, what you have in JMRI or any other. Okay, you were talking about prints, leaving them out in the sun, which doesn't happen much here in the okay, but I think that is for curing. Better if you have a ultraviolet cure machine to cure it there. So but going back to engine driver, so this is connected directly to the roster, which is in JMRI. And you can see in the trains which I have created, they all have their separate DCC ID, so the locomotive ID. And I'm using the long version, because you also can have a short version. Hey, we have Raymond Legs in the house. Welcome, Raymond. Glad you could join. So, welcome. So we have, and what I'm doing here, because the section to individually power on and power off the track doesn't work correctly because of the issue what I have with the current sensors. And you see that on the layout, if I'm gonna put this on top, you see that where the H&H Express Model N scale trains name is, there is a red section, which means because that is red, the track which is behind it, so where Model N scales is written, that track has no power if I select a train in the in this roster. So what I did, I wrote a unique generic profile, and that unique profile turns on power on all the sections. Hey, I see Dave from Sprue and Glue coming in. Welcome, Dave. Glad you could make it. So, how was your day so far, Dave? Hope everything was okay, and hope the build with the GC Bricks and Builds was nice. Unfortunately, I was not able to join because, yeah, I'm working for an American company, so in that period I had meetings. Otherwise, I would have joined as well. I don't know what I'm talking about, but this is LLC thingy. No, I have DCC, not LCC. LCC is another protocol. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the generic one, and the generic one will put power on all the sections, and that is that makes it possible for me to run the train. And since I have an incline and a decline, the power sections on the incline will have more power, and I set that for the train, so it has more speed steps on power. And on the decline, I reduce the power, which is less than the power on a flat surface. So so that is what I do in each profile. So when it works correctly, but that I hope to have that built with the new power section, then the train you would see the train traveling on the track, and it occupies one power section, and the power section where it needs to go to will also be switched on, so it has a smooth ride. And then when it moves from one power section to another power section, the power section behind the train is being switched off. And that is off until it releases it when there is an empty power section in between. And that is the whole method of how I set it up. I'm confused as usual. So you're using DCC and it becomes DC. I use the DCC to control my DC. If you would measure the voltage on my track, it will vary the same as a regular DC track. So if I have a transformer, any transformer, you can turn the power up and you see an increase of the voltage. That is what's happening on my layout as well. But to control that voltage going up and down, that is done via my power controller, which uses the speed steps what DCC usually sends to the DCC decoder in the train. But I have no decoders in the train. I have that sort of decoder because my control my power section decodes that information into track power. So I hope that explains a little bit. So let me do the following, because this is a demo board. Let me see if I can do it. So we have the DCC controller over here, and these are my track power. So these are two motor drivers. They can control 4 power sections, and the 4 power sections are then controlled by this Arduino. And for my power section, which I have, it's the biggest Arduino what you can get. So the Arduino Mega. This Arduino Mega communicates with this Arduino, and that is just a nano. And this nano converts everything what this DCC control station sends out, because you can individually send it out. So like every DCC control station, you program it with the lock IDs. So in this case, I have a generic lock ID, which is 999. But I also have lock IDs 614, which is a German passenger train, and so on, 2200, for example. that one sends the DCC signal out. So on this section over here, I hope you can see it. So here are cables coming out. This would be usually your track power, but I'm not connecting that to the track. I'm using that to go to a small converter, because you cannot put the voltage from here directly into this. You need to isolate it, and that's with an isolation section. And this one reads the data and converts it to information what my power section can use to raise the voltage on a track or lower the voltage on the track. So that is what I'm doing. He might as well be talking in binary now. Well, that's everything. What you see here is also digital video. It's also zeros and ones, zeros and ones. Only what you see on your end is putting back into a visible sound. Yeah, actually my generic locomotive is 4 times 9. Bring back clockwork. Yeah. So apologies for my ignorance, but probably I missed some point. But isn't it easier to use all DCC, even the track? Yes, that would indeed be the case, the closet branch. But I have an issue here. I have so many DC locomotives that I would need to convert them and put DCC decoders in there. And I don't think it's worth the money to do that with the old locomotives which I have. Some locomotives, like this one, this is a 2200, it's fully cast iron. So I would need to make room to put it in. Although I know that the DCC decoders nowadays are very small. But I have, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, about 12 to 10, 11, 12. I think about between the 12 and 15 locomotives. If I'm gonna put DCC decoders in there, then you know DCC decoders, they cost, what is it, between 25 and 40 euros each. Well, if you have 15 locomotives times 20 of times let's make it 40 euros, it's a lot of, yeah, I'm with you on not converting your locos. Yeah, it's too expensive. Only for putting them in, and then also have to carve a lot of it. So what I did, I started to build a small, and that's the demo board, because the demo board was the first board which I built. Those components, I already do a lot of electronics. I do a lot of projects on there. So it's easier to buy them in time. Because yeah, my channel is now on the air since December 2019, so actually 4 years. So in that time, I bought several things, including the track, including the electronics, a little bit monthly, by month. Instead of buying either DCC equipped locomotives and they start with 250 euros each. And if I would like to convert one of these, then I would need to pay, I think 40 euros and then a lot of work. So I thought, you know what, with all the electronic knowledge what I have, is I'm gonna build my own system. I'm just gonna try something totally different. And that's the fun of the project. Everybody does it their own way. The same what I do with the shuttle track. Shuttle track, you can buy a modem in. It costs 100 euros. You put a track on there. You put an end sensor, a begin sensor and an end sensor. You put it on the shuttle track and it works. And what I did, instead of spending 100 euros, I bought an Arduino. Let me grab one. Like this, which cost me 3 euros. I bought some infrared sensors and I buy them in bulk, which means an infrared sensor cost me less than 2 euros. Cables, I buy packages of this, and this package it's 30 feet package. It's 40 wires, and it costs, for what is it, I think 5 euros. Do some programming on this because I like that. I like the challenge. And then do some development, and the development makes fun. And in that case, I'm building it up larger and larger and larger, and that's how this track came about. Because also with the lights, if you have lights, let me go to this view. So with Buddytown and Codyville, it's all lights what there is, and they are all controlled by an Arduino. And that makes it fun. Yes, Bernard, this one is a Nano. I also have a Mega. And it doesn't have to be an Arduino, because this is from Elegoo. And hey, I see Ivo van Zon coming in. Hey, welcome Ivo, glad you could make it. So you don't have to pay a lot of money to get the same, because these are all development boards. And to run the servos, if you have a servo, this is a servo controller. This costs 4 euros, I believe, and you can control 16 servos. So if I combine this too, and you could buy a Digitrax control station to control your servos. I don't know what they cost. Well, actually, I think DigiKeys is the company that went bankrupt. But with this, you can easily control, if you're using servo to control your turnouts. With this, you can hook it up to JMRI, and then you can control 16 turnouts without any problems. And that's actually how I control my turnouts as well. But I have solenoids, so I need to pulse them, and that is done via a relay board. But I like the challenge to do that, and I like to challenge myself in regards to the electronics part of it, which makes it more fun. At least for me. I know it can sound, for others it can sound lots of complicated. But yeah, it's fun for me to do. To figuring out some projects and working on some projects. doing that. Yeah, well, I don't have all the knowledge. I'm just building up my knowledge. I'm now also writing a library for a heartbeat on an Arduino. Every Arduino has a built-in LED. And the thing is, and I came across that problem, that I don't know why my first power section, what I built, did not work. Actually, it stopped. And it stopped somewhere, but I couldn't detect it where. So what I'm doing now is every new project will have a heartbeat controller. It will pulse the built-in LED so that the program always keeps running. As long as that heartbeat LED blinks, and it blinks every second, I know the program continues, because in an Arduino it's always a loop. So it from start to finish, and then it starts over and it starts over. It's always from start to finish, and between those start and finishes you build your program. And a lot of programs are are written with delays, which stops the program. And then when the delay is finished, it continues again. And you, for a programmer, you would like to avoid that and have the loop as short as possible and continuously loop in. And that is something which I'm doing now and building the whole section about it. But that is my interest in electronics, in building it. The same what I did with the lights on Codyville. So you see that all the lights here are on, and in the church, you can see it. There is a flickering light. The same Arduino, and this is an Arduino Nano, which controls the whole lights on that layout, only for Codyville, is controlling that flickering light as well. And the flickering light is a random light. It's 3 LEDs, and they're going on and off in various intensities, which looks like candles to go on and off. And the same with Buddytown as well. Buddytown, all the lights there, which are over 100 lights, are only controlled with this single Arduino. And that's, for me, that's fun. That's a challenge. So yeah, on the program logical controllers, you need to have a heartbeat, because that's also, it runs in a loop, and it constantly in a loop. So if you have a traffic light or something, and the program always goes in a loop, and you need to be aware that you would like to have that program constantly running at the same speed, but you need to calculate it. Raymond Lex is not going to DCC, although they run pretty good when. Yeah. Well, the nice thing about DCC is you can really crawl a locomotive. Okay, thank you, Pete, for stopping by, and have a good day, and we'll see you in the next one. Yeah, some people use USB to power the lights. Yeah, that is true. That can be done. Question: H&M single track controller has 2 holes in the side. Can I run the wires from them for the lights? That's a question which you already asked, because I think the output of that side is 16 volts AC. So I think that is 16 volts AC, because the HMC controller is also a regular DC controller, and it has outputs for turnouts, for the point motors, and regular DC, which is controlled by the knob. So yes, you could use them, but make sure to measure it, because if you put lights on it, and especially LEDs, you need to have a shunt resistor, so a dropping resistor, because LEDs, the LEDs which I use, they all run on 5 volt, but then with a dropping resistor of minimum 220 volt of 220 ohms to drop it, because the current a meter, yes. A voltage meter, that is what Andy means. Nope, I don't have a Kato power controller. So yeah, the meter, that would be a voltage meter. You want to have lights, but you haven't got a clue. Well, I would say I have a video on adding lights, LEDs, on it. So is there any way to control DC locos running characteristics, like running super slow speed? If I can do that, I don't need DCC. The crawling effect, because you lower the voltage, is less obvious on a DC layout than on a DCC layout. Because on a DCC layout, the DCC controller does it better. So, but let's go to the, because that's what I wanted to start. Where is it? Engine driver, there. So I had selected the generic profile, and there is a train, so the outside train, so yep. So this train over here, so the top right on your screen, that train will move when I put power on it. And you can see that there is now speed step 16 and it doesn't run. So this train has a little bit of trouble in getting the pulses correctly. And my track didn't run for some time. Yeah, PWM, pulse width modulation, DC controlled would be the best. Yeah, that is what happens here, by the way. I'm using PWM signals on my layout to control the speed of the train. So if I would put an oscilloscope on the track, then you would really see the block pulses. And the maximum voltage on my track is 15 volts. And actually that for N scale it's a little bit too high, because usually N scale runs on 12 volt. Between 12 and 15 volts. So let me lower the speed. And you see that the other screen doesn't detect the train at all. The overview. So and this is it's pretty okay in regards to speed, so I can lower the speed a little bit. So let me try to get as low as possible. And you may have seen the coaches behind this one are from the Silver line. So if it goes into the incline, then the power on that section of incline is increased, and when it goes into the decline, which is in the back, then the power is decreased. So let me no, I use current sensors to detect the train. So, but unfortunately, at the bottom of the screen on the layout, you see that there is nothing updating, which means my JMRI and the current sensoring does not detect the train at this moment. Let me put that one back up. When the train is going uphill, because I know that the power section is going uphill, I just, in my program, I increase it with 2 or 4 steps extra, which gives it a little bit more voltage. And then when the decline comes in, then the voltage will be dropped relative lower than the speed what is adjusted. So for example, the speed step is now 36 going to my power section, and when the train comes into that incline, which is just after the train station, so now the train is in the train station, now it goes into the incline, it will become speed step 40 in the program, and now it goes in the decline, and it will be speed step 32 in the decline. So that is up. Hey, there we have Rob and Grace. Hello, RGJ Trains. Welcome to the stream. So welcome, and I know that you will have your live stream at 9 p.m. UK time. So let's see if I can join it, because yeah, tomorrow is going to be an early day as well for me. Because my alarm clock goes off at 5:20 a.m. my time, which is 4:20 UK time. So it's early, and because I start my work day at 6 a.m. my time, or 5 a.m. So but I see I already talked a whole hour. So, but yeah, it's I actually had hoped that I was going to do something on the build of the layout instead of talking about how my train section works. So, you know what? We're gonna do that in another live stream. So, yes, ouch, early start. I'm not, you're not a morning person. Yeah, it's, but that's every morning. But the nice thing about that, my day ends at 3 p.m. my time in the afternoon. So I have the rest of the afternoon, I can still do some nice things while it's still light. So, okay, well, see you in your live stream, Rob and Grace. So, enjoy your dinner, and we will see you in the other live. So let me bring the train back to the shadow station. Let me, so it goes into the incline and then the decline, and now I'm gonna lower the speed already because it's a little bit behind. So there it comes. So yeah, I hope that was also a little bit of interesting in regards to how the power section works a little bit. So I will not do that in the next live stream then, because I wanted to build something. Because as you can see here, I put some this is insulated materials on top of here. It's not glued down yet because I want to continue with the let me move this a little bit down. So I would like to continue to build with this area over here, so with a parking lot and with a road, and then have a crossing over here, so that we can go into the city the other way as well. Thank you, Bernard. Yeah, I will make some more videos in regards to that, and that's actually what I wanted to do with the train station. Because the train station, I don't know if everybody has seen it, I built an LCD in here, which is going to show the train on the platform. I know it's very small, but it's very nice, and it's an addition to it. The same with the lights in the city and in the village. It's yeah, it brings the layout a little bit more to life. That is what I want to do with it. So yeah, I would like to thank everybody for hopping in. It's 7 minutes past 9 here, so it's already a little bit late, and usually I stop at 9 o'clock my time. So yeah, I would like to thank everybody for joining in. If you didn't already on your way out, hit that like button for me, and we'll see each other in another live stream as usual. So thank you, everybody. And let me see, yeah, I have this one. You can still hear me. If you want to chat, just chat a little bit amongst everybody. But I will be signing off. So thank you, everybody, and see you in the next live stream. Thank you, Dave. He's not getting bullied into running 9 hours. Well, maybe if I would run in the weekend, then it might be some time to do it. Bye, everybody.